It was almost midnight when my phone buzzed on the nightstand. I remember blinking at the screen half asleep, expecting a spam alert or some random notification. But when I saw the caller ID, Lily, my 17-year-old daughter, my heart dropped. She never called this late. I answered immediately. "Lily, sweetheart?" "What's wrong?" There was silence at first, then a shaky breath. "Dad," her voice cracked. "I'm at the police station." I sat straight up in bed, adrenaline hitting me like a punch. "The police station? What happened?" She tried to speak, but her words broke apart like pieces of glass. "I didn't do anything, Dad. I swear I didn't." That was all she could say before a firm, unfamiliar voice came on the line. "Sir, this is Officer Ramirez with the 12th Precinct. Your daughter is safe, but we need you to come down here. Safe." That one word kept me from losing my mind completely. But the officer's tone? Too formal. Too measured. Something was off. Within minutes, I threw on jeans, grabbed my keys, and flew out of the driveway. The streets were quiet, the kind of eerie calm that makes your chest tighten even more. Every worst-case scenario played in my head. Car accident. Wrong place at the wrong time. Some stupid misunderstanding. When I pulled up to the station, the fluorescent lights made everything feel colder. Inside, Lily sat on a hard bench, her eyes red and swollen. She stood when she saw me, rushing into my arms like she was 5 again. "Dad, I didn't do anything," she whispered into my chest. I placed a hand on the back of her head, trying to calm her shaking. "It's okay. I'm here. Tell me what happened." But before she could speak, the officer stepped forward. "Sir, your daughter was brought in along with 2 other minors at the scene of an ongoing investigation." "Investigation of what?" I demanded. He paused just long enough to spike my blood pressure. "A break-in." Lily's eyes widened. "I wasn't part of it," she cried. "I was trying to help someone." The officer didn't react, didn't soften, just waited. I looked at my daughter. The fear in her eyes wasn't guilt. It was something else. Something darker. She wasn't hiding from the truth. She was hiding from whatever had really happened. And that was the moment I knew. This night was about to unravel everything I thought I knew about her world. And mine. They put us in a small interview room, the kind with cheap chairs and a buzzing, fluorescent light that made everyone look guilty. Lily kept wiping her face with the sleeve of her hoodie, her hands trembling. "Start from the beginning," I said gently. "No one's blaming you. Just tell the truth." She nodded, swallowed hard, and began. "I went out with Mia and Josh after study group. We were supposed to get ice cream, but then Mia told us her brother was in trouble." "Trouble how?" I asked. "She said he owed money to some older guys. Guys who were threatening him." My pulse quickened. I didn't like where this was going. She said they kept something of his in that old electronics store on Jefferson Street. And if she didn't get it back tonight, they'd hurt him. "Dad, she was terrified. I thought we were just going to talk to someone." I clenched my jaw. Teenagers always think they can fix the world with good intentions. "So what did you do?" "We followed her there. But when we got close, she panicked and told Josh to break the lock so she could grab the bag." I closed my eyes. "Lily, I told them it was a bad idea. I told them we should leave. I never touched anything. I stayed outside. But then the alarm went off because Josh didn't know what he was doing. They ran, and I—" She paused, tears streaming again. "I didn't want to leave Mia's brother's stuff there. If those guys were really dangerous." "So you went inside," I said quietly. She nodded, ashamed. And that's when the cops showed up. The officer stepped closer, arms crossed. "Security cameras confirm she entered last." She didn't take anything. She tried to pull a duffel bag out of a shelf but dropped it when officers shouted. "She was trying to help," I insisted. "Intent doesn't change the fact she was inside a crime scene." Lily buried her face in her hands. "Dad, I swear I wasn't stealing. I was trying to do the right thing." I believed her. Every word, but belief doesn't erase evidence. "What about Mia and Josh?" I asked the officer. "Gone before we arrived," he said flatly. "We're still trying to locate them." Cowards. They dragged my daughter into danger and ran when things got hard. But Lily wasn't finished speaking. "Dad, there's more." She looked up, her eyes filled with something worse than fear. Guilt. When I grabbed the bag, it wasn't what Mia said it was. It wasn't money. It wasn't anything her brother owned. Then what was it? She hesitated. It was documents, files, a USB drive, all with names. Lots of names. The officer turned sharply. Lily, stop. His reaction told me everything. This wasn't some teenage mistake. Lily had stumbled into something bigger, something dangerous, something the police weren't ready to explain. The officer excused himself, leaving Lily and me alone again. My stomach churned. What were those documents? I asked her, keeping my voice calm even though nothing felt calm inside me. She shook her head. I don't know for sure, but one of the folders was labeled Jefferson Case. Dad. I've heard that name on the news. I had too. It was a corruption case. City officials, business owners, bribes, threats. Investigators said they were missing key evidence. Key evidence that apparently had been sitting inside a dusty electronics store. The door swung open and 2 detectives walked in. Older, sharper, more serious. The kind who didn't waste time. Mr. Hawthorne, the taller detective said. Your daughter has accidentally walked into an ongoing undercover operation. I blinked. Undercover operation? Yes, that store has been a drop point for months. We've been tracking who comes in and out. Tonight was the first time minors were involved. Lily stiffened. I didn't know. I swear. We know, the detective said gently. You didn't take anything. You didn't destroy evidence. In fact, he exchanged a glance with the other detective. You may have actually helped us. Helped? I repeated. When the alarm triggered, the individuals we expected to show up ran. They panicked. We've identified 2 of them through the cameras. You helped flush them out sooner than we planned. Lily looked stunned. I helped the police? In a way, yes, the detective replied. But we can't officially involve a minor. Still, we needed to understand how you got involved. I frowned. What about Mia and Josh? They need to be found. They lied to her. We're already working on it, he said. But there's something you should know about that duffel bag. The room felt colder. What about it? I asked. The drive inside it contains financial records and communications, tying several individuals directly to the Jefferson corruption ring. So, the evidence you've been searching for, I said. He nodded. Your daughter uncovered it by accident. Lily looked at me, guilt and relief battling in her expression. Dad, I didn't mean to cause all this. I thought I was helping a friend. You were, I said softly. Just not in the way you expected. A few minutes later, the detective stepped out again to decide how to proceed. Lily leaned against me, exhausted. What's going to happen now? She whispered. Before I could answer, the door opened once more. The detective returned. We've reviewed everything, he said, and we're clearing your daughter of all charges. Lily gasped. You mean I can go home? Yes, and we'll escort you out discreetly. What happened here tonight cannot be leaked. If the wrong people find out she touched that evidence, my blood ran cold. We understand, I said quickly. But the detective wasn't done. There's something else. We'd like her to come in for a confidential statement tomorrow. She may hold details that will help. Bring several dangerous people to justice. Lily swallowed. I'll do it. I squeezed her hand, proud, terrified, relieved all at once. Tonight wasn't over yet. But the nightmare was finally shifting into something else. A fight for the truth. We left the police station just as dawn began streaking the sky pink. Lily looked drained, leaning against the passenger window. When we reached home, she went straight to bed. I brewed coffee strong enough to keep me upright and stayed in the living room, replaying everything. Around noon, the detectives arrived to take her statement. Lily sat at the kitchen table, calmer now, answering every question clearly. When they were done, the lead detective pulled me aside. Your daughter has a strong sense of integrity, he said. Most teens would have panicked and run with their friends. She stayed. She told the truth. That matters. I felt a swell of pride. She's always been brave. Sometimes too brave. He smiled. We'll be in touch with updates. Today's statement may help us make several key arrests. After they left, Lily curled up on the couch beside me. Dad, do you think Mia lied about everything? I hesitated. I think she was scared. But I also think she put you in danger without thinking about the consequences. Lily nodded sadly. I just wanted to help. But I made everything worse. No, I said firmly. You made everything right. Before she could respond, my phone buzzed. A number I didn't recognize. Mr. Hawthorne? A voice said. This is District Attorney Collins. I'm calling because your daughter's involvement has accelerated the Jefferson investigation. We executed 3 arrest warrants this morning. 2 of them were men who were supposed to retrieve the bag last night. My heart pounded. Are they dangerous? Extremely. Which is why I'm calling to tell you this. Your daughter may have saved lives by triggering that alarm, including her own. I looked over at Lily sitting beside me, chewing on her thumbnail, unaware of what I was hearing. She's safe now? I asked. Yes, the DA replied. And we will ensure it stays that way. But I thought you should know, she didn't just witness a crime. She disrupted an entire network. I hung up slowly, staring at my daughter in awe. Lily frowned. Dad, what's wrong? I pulled her into a tight hug. Nothing's wrong, I said, voice shaking. In fact, something incredible happened. She leaned back, confused. What? You didn't just help the police, I said. You helped take down criminals who've been hurting people for years. Her eyes widened. I did that? I nodded. You did. She burst into tears again, but this time they weren't from fear. They were from relief. And as I held her, I realized something I never expected. The night I thought would destroy everything ended up revealing the kind of person my daughter truly was. Brave, honest, and stronger than she ever believed.